All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Take Two Pod with Mom and Dad. I'm Dad.
And I'm Mom.
The kids are down. It has been a very mellow night. Wouldn't you say, Mom?
It's been a chill night. I actually had a very important rite of passage this evening. I had to go to the grocery store today, and because of nap schedule, pumping schedule, everything schedule, I wasn't able to go.
Yeah.
So I picked up our son from daycare, and I went to the grocery store with both kids.
Wow.
Yes.
Level up. Level up.
Anyone who has more than one child understands that's a feat. That's a feat of strength.
You're really rolling the dice.
I was, because I didn't. If their toddler's in a good mood, you're fine.
Yeah,
it all depends on him. But
hits the fan.
He held my hand. He was well behaved. He ate an apple in the grocery store. Don't worry, I paid for it. And he was such a good boy.
Sure, he did.
I did. I always get an extra apple, and I pay for that on the way out, and then I leave it there.
I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Yes. It was a nice night. Kids went down easy. No big concerns. It'd be nice if every night was like this, but no, that's not the case.
Unfortunately, more often than not, there's tears at some point, but there was no tears tonight.
There's something thrown, there's tears, food is spilled, whatever. All right, let's get started. We are now at episode 8. Wow, I can't believe we've come this far without wringing each other's necks, but hey.
I can't believe we go less than a week in between podcasts usually.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Don't set the expectation now. Calm down.
I'm not. We're just trying to get a catalog going.
Mom, you want to do the drum roll?
All right. Drum roll, please.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard.
That's right, everybody. This week we're doing Silence of the Lambs. Released in 1991, directed by Jonathan Demme, and starring Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, and Scott Glenn. Can I just say, Jodie Foster's performance in this movie is possibly the best piece of acting I've ever seen. It might be the best performance I've ever seen anybody give.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Really, it's up there. Jodie Foster, she's up there in this one. Like really, really, really good acting. It's Jonathan Demme, by the way.
Oh, Demme, sorry.
Demme, yeah. But anyway, let's do the synopsis. A young FBI cadet must receive the help of an incarcerated and manipulative cannibal killer to help catch another serial killer, a madman who skins his victims, a.k.a. Buffalo Bill. That synopsis is just like dessert for anybody who watches all those Netflix serial killer dramas. Like... that is exactly what they're looking for. Yeah, I think that a big part of this movie is it kicked off that interest in true crime. Yeah, I think this movie, it set the bar for a lot of things because this movie is considered a horror movie, at least it was in 91.
Yeah, it was, and I still buy it.
I would call it a thriller. Nowadays, it would be a thriller for sure. You
could say thriller / horror. There's definitely parts of... the Hannibal's performance that err on the side of horror, I would say. Yeah. So $270 million worldwide on a budget of $19 million, which is really, really good. That's amazing.
This movie did have the book behind it, and it was a bestseller. So when this came out, everybody was like, oh my God, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, the Cannibal, let's go.
Yeah, and they did use the same title as the book title. They didn't change it like some movies do.
Yeah. The first time you saw it, do you recall?
No.
Oh, shocker. Surprise, surprise.
So the interesting thing is that in my family, crime dramas have always been something that's watched a lot. In particular, my older brother really likes this movie. Everyone in my family knows this movie. And it's one of those movies that was on TV a lot. Yeah. So it was just on in the background. I certainly did not watch it or have any interest in it as a kid because... what weird ass kid would?
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
But I did see pieces of it before I ever sat down and watched it in its entirety. But I never watched it all the way through until I was an adult. And I was enthralled disturbed and fascinated the first time I watched it through.
Yeah, this movie gets you right those exact feelings. You go right through those feelings because you're like, oh, this is intriguing. You know, she's doing a detective story, and you're trying to find out who the killer is. And then you see some graphic ass shit, and you're like, whoa. And then you see some more graphic shit, and we're gonna talk about that graphic shit, aka the tuck dance. But
yeah, it's horrific, but you can't look away. What about you, Dad? What was your first time watching it?
The first time I watched this, I was about 15 years old, and I knew like the movie was in the house a couple times here and there, but I never kind of got into it. And then on the movie network one time, it was just on, and I sat down and I'm like, okay, let's see what this movie's all about. But at that age, everybody knew it as the movie with the guy who eats people, and also it came out. So I saw it right around the time Hannibal came out, which was in 2001. And all people talked about was, you know, he eats people. Yeah. And everybody like universally was saying the first movie was much better. So that's when I came across it on the movie network and I watched it. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy.
I think any younger and you wouldn't have been able to appreciate it. I think 15 is like a decent age to have seen this for the first time. But honestly, I think a little bit older would be better to fully grasp it.
Yeah, even at that age, there was, you know, the graphic scenes, like some of the disturbing sequences. I was like, whoa. The part that actually, you know, you talk about horror. The part that scared me at 15 was the ending, the night vision goggles. That freaked me out.
Yeah,
that was really creepy.
You feel like you're Jodie in that scene. You feel like you're in a dark room and you don't know what's going on. And he gets so close to her and almost touches her so many times.
Yeah.
It really freaks you out.
So why do you like it or hate it so much?
So I love this movie. Strangely, there's such a familiarity to it just because, like I said, it was on all the time. Like, and my dad has always loved crime movies. My older brother has always loved crime movies. Like, this is one that they would turn on if it was just like halfway through.
Yeah.
So it has like almost this like, it feels like home a little bit to me. If that's that's weird to say.
It's a comforting movie.
Just because of the familiarity. Obviously there's very dark content.
It's pretty twisted, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
But it has like such a homey feeling to me. Yeah. So I really do love it. And anytime we watch it, like I said, I'm completely enthralled because if you let yourself really get into the story and become Jodie going through this experience, or become Starling, going through this experience, it really is a like beautiful piece of art.
Yeah, this movie is exquisite.
Yeah.
And the shocking thing, honestly, for me, is that it's under 2 hours. It's like the amount of stuff they packed into this under 2 hours is impressive because nowadays they wouldn't be able to do it.
And the character development they get in under 2 hours is amazing for multiple characters.
Multiple characters.
What about you? Why do you like it so much?
I really like this movie a lot. The biggest reason for me is the way it's put together. Like I said, it's under 2 hours. The score sucks you in. Like from the opening credits to the end, the score just really grabs you and it doesn't let go. Every scene in this movie has a purpose. There isn't any filler. And the acting is phenomenal. You have, you know, these actors, when I see this movie, I'm like, this is where they all peaked. A lot of them. Like some of them had really good movies later, but this is their peak. Like I don't think, you know, Anthony Hopkins had some good movies after this. You know, he had Edge, he did Fracture. Jodie Foster's had some great movies after this, like Panic Room and Flight Plan, sorry. But this movie is their peak for sure. And Jonathan Demme's direction in this movie is chef's kiss. Because in my opinion, this is his best movie. He did Philadelphia as well with Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington a couple years after this. And that won some Academy Awards, but this one won the 5 main ones. It won Best Picture, Best Director. Like, it just cleaned up at the Oscars.
Yeah, we'll get into that in cultural impact. But yeah, this movie really is, it's a stunning piece.
Plus, it's hilarious when it shouldn't be. I mean, you got all the epic quotes, the famous quotes, like, put the fucking lotion in the basket.
We have inside jokes around it. There are a lot of people that would not find it funny.
No. So the first time I found that this movie's disturbing lines and quotes were funny was when I went to college. Because some of the scenes you kind of laugh at certain things that's happening, like the tuck dance. And then I'm like, this is disturbing. I probably shouldn't laugh. And then when I went to college for the first time, my classmates were kind of like talking about the scenes and the tuck dance and, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. Like they're saying that as a joke. And I'm like, oh, either they're sick too, or it's just funny. People find it funny because it's uncomfortable and a little bit strange. So I think it's universally funny for a lot of people.
Well, you watched this movie with my older brother once, and he started laughing at the scene where Hannibal is beating the fuck out of that cop with a nightstick.
Yeah.
And you told me about it. You were like, your brother laughed maniacally. And then when we just watched it the other day, you laughed maniacally at that scene.
I was going to save this for later, but you brought it up, so I'll tell you now. We went to visit your folks. I was in the living room with your brother. This is years ago, before any of the kids were around. And it was like 12:30 at night. Movie Network was on. I'm in the living room with your brother, and we're just hanging out. Everybody's kind of like slowly going to bed. And Silence of the Lambs is playing. And it's the scene where Lecter is getting his second dinner.
The lamb chops.
The lamb chops, yeah. Extra rare. And then he escapes the handcuffs and grabs the police baton. And he starts beating the he beats the life out of that cop with the police baton. And you don't see the hitting. You just see Hannibal's face and the blood splashing onto his white outfit. And your brother just bursts out laughing, like, randomly. So I looked at him like, yo, you okay, bro? Like, what the fuck? It's kind of funny, but it's not that funny. He was laughing like you were watching a Dave Chappelle stand-up.
Yeah, you were, like, disturbed. But then we watched it 2 nights ago, and you started dying laughing at that scene. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I guess it's funny to you too now. I was
laughing for different reasons. I'll bring that up later. But, I was kind of like, okay, bro, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the movie. But anyways, it's all good. So let's get into the segments here. What's your cringiest moment of this movie, Mom?
So
I'm just letting everyone know listening right now, I'm fucking letting loose in this podcast. This episode, if you are squeamish, don't listen because I'm letting loose.
So I have 2. One is before the tuck dance scene. It zooms in on Buffalo Bill's nipple, and he fiddles with a nipple ring. And him fiddling with that nipple ring, like, my skin starts to crawl. I'm like, ugh! Like, he pulls on it, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's really like, ooh, it just get like it.
He's just perking it up a little. You gotta give it a little perk.
I don't know what it is about that scene. It really disturbed me.
Maybe because you're pumping milk. That's why.
Yeah.
It's never bothered you before.
It makes you really weird about nipples when you're pumping often or breastfeeding often because it's,
The nipple.
Maybe that's why.
The nipple.
But the other scene is when Catherine Martin, aka the victim, is singing in her car.
Yeah.
I love a jam session in a car, but let's just say I'm glad that no one's there to see it because
that's so wholesome though. That's a wholesome scene.
Yeah, but it's cringy.
It's not cringy.
Yes,
no,
it is. Because I know exactly how she feels. You have like a good song playing that you're really into and you're really singing it and you're like getting into it. Yeah, it's fun. But actually watching her doing it, it's like, oh.
Yeah, but you're supposed to, that's the whole clip, you're supposed to root for her. You want her to get away because she's just a wholesome girl singing a song.
Honestly, I find it more endearing that she sees an injured person trying to load their car and she can't tear her eyes away. She has to go and help.
Can I help you with that?
Would you?
Sure.
That's what I find makes her so likable. Not the singing in her car. The singing in her car is cringy.
That whole scene is a life lesson for everybody. So when our kids get older, we're definitely telling them don't help anybody who's got a truck in the middle of the night and they have a cast on because you're gonna get fucking kidnapped.
I'm straight up gonna tell our daughter to be a bitch. There's nothing wrong with being a bitch.
I mean,
if it's gonna save you. No, seriously. Somebody asks for help, get the fuck away from me. Ask somebody else. Don't ask me.
Spare some change. It's like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking psycho. It's like, I'm sorry.
I'd rather her be a bitch than be a victim.
Sure, fair enough. Okay, so for me, it's cringiest moment after Miggs. Keyword here. After Miggs fires off his load onto Clarice's hair, one of the prisoners shouts out, "Hannibal the cannibal!" Just out of nowhere, and then Clarice runs to Dr. Lecter and he tells her that I'm going to help you, and he says, look deep within yourself. But why is that random inmate shouting Hannibal the cannibal? He had nothing to do with the situation. Okay, Miggs just fucking went off. He just jerked it, and he's like, I bit my hand. Look at the blood. And he's like, and he just shoots his load onto her hair.
That. It's so disgusting. It gets on her face.
Yeah, but that part, I mean, why did the guy yell Hannibal the cannibal? That made no sense to me. It seemed forced. For a movie that's pretty much perfect from start to finish, that line just seemed completely out of place. But also, sidebar, the tuck dance is very cringy, but it all depends on who you're watching it with. Because I've watched that scene with different crowds, and the reception is not always the same.
It depends.
It really depends who you're watching it with. So just a food for thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Most iconic moment for you?
So I have several moments and quotes. The first time Clarice meets Hannibal, that scene is so strange and amazing.
Okay.
Because she approaches his cell. She's walking by all these criminals. They're acting all crazy.
It's eerie.
And then she approaches his cell, and he's standing there. He's ramrod straight. He's completely still.
His posture is so fucking strange.
And he's looking at her. He's kind of sizing her up like a python.
He looks like they approach him in that scene like he's not human.
It's like he's a dangerous animal in a zoo.
He's a creature.
He has a different type of cage than everybody else.
Yeah.
Because he's not allowed to have bars because he's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, he's not allowed to stick his hands out because he could F somebody up that badly.
Just a little fact here. Did you know that was by mistake? It was by accident. The director didn't like the look of the bars. So they said, because they wanted to be able to film him without the obstruction of the bars back and forth with him and Clarice. So they put glass. They said, why don't we do glass? Like, it's shatterproof and, impact resistant.
But then why didn't they make everybody's cells glass?
Because also it made him look more dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
But it was by accident. The real reason was because when they filmed it, it looked strange. So they ripped out the bars and they added glass, which really made it super effective.
So another scene that is so amazing is the scene where Clarice realizes she found Buffalo Bill. There's so much tension in that scene as we slowly see Clarice noticing all the puzzle pieces around the house.
Yeah.
And realizing she's looking at the killer.
You can watch it gelling, the gears moving in her head.
Are you close to catching somebody, you think?
Yes, we may be. Did you take over this place after Mrs. Littman died, is that right?
Yeah, I bought this house 2 years ago.
Did she leave any records, any business records, tax forms, lists of employees?
No, nothing like that at all.
Because she's so smart and she's such a good detective, but also he's so creepy in that scene, and you see her slowly getting more and more creeped out by him and more frightened.
Something's off, yeah.
Yeah, realizing she's in the presence of the killer. What about you, Dad? What's your most iconic moment?
So for me, my most iconic moment when is the dinner scene. When Lecter orders his second dinner and they bring it to his cage, and the music is lulling you, the opera, to like a sense of calm and, relaxation. Like, we're about to enjoy that lovely meal that he's ordered.
Yeah, it's a freaky scene.
And then he lets loose. He breaks out and he just like bites the guy's face off. It goes from 0 to 100 like instantly, like in a snap, But every time I watch that, it's that music. It's the perfect choice of music again with this soundtrack.
Ready when you are, Doc.
Just another minute, please.
Yeah.
It really changes your whole mindset and your tone. Even though you see the palm of his hand, he has the piece of that pen.
I was going to say, as a viewer, you're in on it with him because you know that he has that piece of pen. You know he's going to do something.
But yeah, that's my favorite. That's my most iconic moment for this. It was a hard one to pick. My second favorite would be the second time he meets Clarice after she goes to the storage unit.
The rain scene?
Yeah, and then he hands her that towel because that's the scene where he's like, I'm going to help you find Buffalo Bill. And she's just like, she stands right up and she's like, let's do this. And, they team up.
Yeah, it's odd. He likes to strangely like her. He starts to strangely like her around that time. And also he's like horrified that the semen thing happened to her. He really detests if people are rude or disrespectful.
Yeah, he likes her because he offends her. He says really horrible things, remember? He calls her a rube. And then she stands up for herself. And then he admires that. So I think he's like, okay, I'm going to help her out.
Yeah. He says it really would have been something to know you in real life.
Yeah, in private.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the fun part, or the most fun so far, the quotes. How do you want to do this? I've got it broken down by character this time because there's so many other quotes. So if you want to go first, ladies first.
I have 7, and most of them are Hannibal.
Okay, go for it.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice chianti.
Yes. Oh man,
It's so freaky. He's trying to disturb Clarice, and then she shoots back at him like, "Oh, you ate your victims."
Yeah.
Like she's totally unperturbed by it, which I love.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice chianti. You fly back to school now, little starling. Fly.
Yeah, it's super disturbing, but she's just balls to wall. She's not moving.
Fly away, little starling. Fly. Fly.
Yeah, it's so good.
So good. Such like it's almost like he's dismissing her, but he's also just playing with her a little bit.
Yeah. Super clever.
Yeah, I liked that. Of course, the very iconic quid pro quo.
Quid pro quo, doctor.
Because he wants to know. He's very it's I don't know what the word is for it. Like he's nosy and he needs to know deeply personal things. Like he wants to get in her head.
Yeah.
And that's her price for getting
For
his
sure.
help.
I think he wants to get in her head, but also this guy was he's a practiced doctor, right? So of psychiatry.
Yeah.
So he is itching for people to open up to him. And there's a scene where later in the movie where he really wants her, he forces her to open up to him about her trauma as a child.
Yeah.
And he thanks her afterwards. And I think he thanks her because he's like, somebody finally opened up to me. It's been 8 years that I've been in this cell. And I could, he could flex his muscles. He can, practice what he knows so well.
Yeah, and he obviously is a genius, and on top of that, also a very talented therapist.
Yeah.
So I think for him, like being in that cell so lonely for so many years, it feels like his tool is being wasted. He has this finely honed tool
exactly
that he wants to use.
Yeah. What else you got, Mom?
Do you want to go for a few and then we can come back to me?
I got. You want to say it on Hannibal? One of my favorites is "Ready when you are, Sergeant Pembry." He says it when they bring his food, and he sits down and he lets them cuff him. And then once he bites the other cop's face off, and then he grabs that knife and walks out of the cell, he says the same thing to the sergeant. Really creepy.
Yeah, he acts so proper and normal, and then he just turns into an animal.
Go ahead.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Oh, you switched to Buffalo Bill.
I switched to Buffalo Bill really quick just because that's a very iconic line, and also it's freaky. He's calling her it because he doesn't want to acknowledge she's a human because he does feel a tremendous amount of guilt for what he's doing. He'd see him grappling with what he's doing.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to admit she's a human. But at the same time, he's like, take care of your skin so I can make a suit out of it because I'm a freak.
Really, really disturbing shit.
Yeah, very, very disturbing.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Part of the reason that line is so iconic now, I think because it rhymes and it doesn't rhyme on purpose. I don't think that was intentional. But now it's like...
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. It's kind of like
It's
a
a
little
good nursery rhyme.
It's like a rhyme you would give a kid to learn how to wash their hands.
Yeah.
You know, it's really freaky. Yeah, I got some more Hannibal here.
Yeah, I do too. People will say we're in love.
Well, Clarice, have the lambs stopped screaming?
Oh, your Hannibal's so much better than mine.
Oh, and Senator, just one more thing. Love the suit.
I love that. It's so out of character for him.
Toughened your nipples, didn't it?
Oh, I have something about that later. As a breastfeeding mom, I'm offended.
Good evening, Clarice.
Wait, can we just go back to the... Of course it toughened her nipples.
Okay.
Your nipples turn to steel when you breastfeed. Fuck you, Hannibal.
Okay, Ricky Lake. Chill out.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I've got Buffalo Bill now. You don't know what pain is! Was she a great big fat person? When Clarice shows up at his door.
He's so unsettling.
I know.
This character is really weird.
Put the fucking lotion in a basket! What else you got?
So this is a little bit of an exchange, so
Okay.
stay with me. Hannibal, what does he do, this man you seek? Clarice, he kills women. Hannibal, no, that is incidental. What is the first and principal thing he does? What needs does he serve by killing? Clarice, anger, social acceptance, sexual frustrations? Hannibal, no, he covets.
He covets. Yeah, it's true.
It's so good. I love that part.
Yeah, there's so many good quotes. It's like, the significance of the moth is that of change. Our boy Billy is trying to change too. Buffalo Bill, so we got, are you about a size 14? So he lures the girl into, okay, let me start this over. Buffalo Bill lures Catherine into the van to help him move the couch. As soon as she gets into the van with the couch, he climbs in and just calmly asks her, hey, are you about a size 14? And then just knocks her the fuck out repeatedly with a cast arm. It just beats the hell out of her until she's knocked out. Really creepy.
Why does he even ask? He beats the fuck out of her and then checks. So weird.
I don't know.
I guess to confirm to the audience that he's found what he wants.
I guess. Well, he cuts her
What a
shirt
weird-
open and then he feels her up and he's like, oh, yes.
He's not feeling her up. He's feeling...
Yeah, he's feeling her skin.
I have a question about Buffalo Bill.
He's feeling her skin to see how soft it is.
I know, but Hannibal talks about him having a male lover, but he hunts women. That is very, very odd and unique.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well, I know he's making suits out of them, so it's like it
but
doesn't...
he wants to wear a woman's suit.
Yeah, but it's strange for someone to hunt outside of their sexual orientation because, like, John Wayne Gacy was attracted to young boys. He only hunted young boys. Jeffrey Dahmer was gay. He only hunted men. Ted Bundy was straight. He only hunted women. Like, this is a very unique case where I think we have a gayer trans murderer, and he's only abducting women.
Buffalo Bill is based off 3 serial killers. Ed Gein, and Ed Gein's the outlier. He used to capture women and turn them into a women's suit.
Was he straight?
I don't know. I have to look it up. But yeah, so Buffalo Bill is Ed Gein. He's, who's that other one? Dahmer?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy and Dahmer.
No, it's not Dahmer. I have it written here, the third person. The third person is a guy that used to keep women in his basement.
Oh,
It's not Dahmer.
okay.
Well, we'll get to it later. I'll say the name once we get to that part. 'cause
Okay,
I have
let's
it
get back
written.
to the quotes. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
So iconic.
And then just a quick shout out for multiple MIGs. I can smell your cunt.
Ew. That's such an
That's
offensive thing
probably
to say.
the best quote. No, most underrated quote. This is like, the most underrated quote in the whole movie, in my opinion. I can smell your cunt.
It's one of the most terrifying things that a man could say
Yeah.
to you, knowing that he can't touch
And then
you.
15 seconds later,
Now then, tell me, what did Miggs say to you? Multiple Miggs in the next cell. He hissed at you. What did he say?
He said, I can smell your cunt.
I see. I myself cannot. You use Evian skin cream. And sometimes you wear lead at home. But not today.
Super fucking creepy. This
Yeah,
guy,
how is his sense of smell so good?
he's an animal. He's
Well,
different.
this is what I'm saying. He's like part
He's
viper.
built different. That's
Like,
what I mean.
He has this like super in tune sense of smell that he can smell perfume that she's not even wearing that
know.
day.
Okay, what's your favorite quote though? We listed a bunch.
Well, I just have one more.
Oh, okay.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Oh, so
Goodbye.
good. Dr. Lecter. Dr. Lecter. Dr. Lecter.
And then you just see Dr. Chilton get off the plane.
Such chills when she says it over and over.
There was supposed to be an alternate ending where Dr. Chilton was gagged and tied up behind him, and he says the exact same line.
Ooh,
And it works. It works in both contexts.
I like this. I like this ending better. He just
Me
disappears.
too. It's a
into
little
the
bit more
crowd.
ambiguous,
So
but you
freaky.
know he's gonna get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is the census. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice chianti.
Yeah, that one's really good.
That's such a good line. And he's
for-
trying to freak her out, but it doesn't work.
I gotta go with. Was she a great big fat person?
He loved that one.
Okay, so is this movie classic or canceled?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
right.
So a lot of people had some outrage against Catherine, the girl in the pit, for hurting the dog to try to escape from there. I don't blame her. I mean, you're trying to get the hell out because this guy's going to turn you into a Halloween costume.
Yeah, she's using the only weapon she could possibly have.
I know it tells you a lot about society. Like, people care more about the poodle of a serial killer than this poor girl who's been kidnapped, who's done nothing wrong to anybody. I mean, the dog didn't do anything either, but I'm sorry.
And she takes the dog with her when she's rescued. I think she wants to make sure that the dog is going to get the help that the dog needs. She doesn't want to
Yeah.
hurt Precious, but she had
Do
to.
you think she keeps the dog or she gives it away?
I don't know if you'd want to keep something after a
don't
traumatic
think she's
situation
keeping
like
that
that,
dog.
but I
No.
think she wanted to make sure the dog got helped because
Yeah.
she had broken the animal's leg. I think it's also just showing that she is a very caring and gentle person because she wanted to make sure the dog got help.
I don't know if I don't know if she broke the dog's leg. She never said the dog fell down the pit.
She said, "I think the dog's leg is broken."
Yeah,
and
but
she's
I don't
been
think she
licking her
broke it.
paw.
I don't think she broke it though. I think
No,
the dog
she
fell.
didn't break it, but she dragged the dog into the pit, which
Yeah.
would have caused the dog to break the
Yeah.
leg. So.
Fair enough. Go ahead. Classic or canceled?
So Agent Starling is hit on by most of the men she comes in contact with in this movie.
Can you blame him?
No, she's really hot. Dr. Lecter, Dr. Chilton, Jack Crawford, the bug doctor at the university.
Yeah.
She's forced to be polite and she gently pushes them away. Like she thanks Dr. Chilton for walking her down to Hannibal's cell.
Chilton's the slimiest, I think.
Yeah, she kind of flirts back a little bit with the bug doctor, even though she's clearly not interested.
Yeah.
She's just trying to work on her career. That was okay in the 90s. If you acted like that towards a woman today, HR would be up your asshole. You would get fired. Dr. Chilton, fired. Bug Doctor, fired. Jack Crawford, fired. Hannibal Lecter, 5 more years on his sentence. Like, everyone is such a creep in this movie. But the movie is a classic, and it's the story of a girl being a badass and catching a killer by relying on her own intelligence and instincts alone.
Yes.
She is such a badass in this,
She
and
is.
she overcomes all of it
Yeah.
beautifully.
Even when they tell her you're off the case because of the whole fake offer thing to go to Plum Island, she goes to Hannibal Lecter on her own, brings his drawings, and she keeps getting more information to solve this case.
Yeah, she will not be fucked with.
Yeah, exactly. So big respect to her.
Yeah, really strong female character.
I don't think it was okay in the 90s to just hit on your coworkers, but I think
No, they
it
show her
was
getting
more
uncomfortable.
passe. Yeah, people. Like,
Yeah.
people were. No, passe is not the right word. It was more, meh.
It was more ignored, like
Yeah.
like slapping a secretary on the ass. You can't do that anymore.
Oh, I didn't know you were going there, but I don't know the
Maybe you couldn't do that
was.
in the 90s either, but in the 50s you could.
I don't know what decade that was cool in, but
In the Mad Men times, in like the 50s.
Oh, yeah, true.
50s and 60s.
smoking indoors.
Yeah.
Smoke 'em
Different
if you
time
got
for
'em.
sure.
Okay.
So the next segment is Party Like It's 2026. Do you have anything for that?
I'm still trying to figure out this segment. I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I have a couple of items. So one of them is the Hannibal prison would be way more high tech. It's pretty low tech when she goes in there. Like they have the buzzing doors that open and close and everything like that. And there's like guards with guns.
Yeah.
But if it was in 2026, there would be like multi-code authentication, fingerprints, eyeball scans because he's so dangerous.
It's an old like hospital, right? For the criminally insane, but it's kind of makes it more freaky and authentic with the rusty bars and just the brick and stuff like that. It just
and the fact that it's down that hallway, it does make it scarier.
Yeah, definitely. If it was in 2026, his jail cell, that makeshift jail cell on like in that building on the 5th floor or whatever, that would have been way more high tech. Like they don't even have a fucking camera in there.
It's a small town though.
Bro, put a camera. How much does it cost to put a camera?
Yeah, but
those 2 cops get slaughtered and nobody even knows about it.
It's a small town courthouse though. It's not even a real jail. Like they didn't even have a real jail for him.
Yeah.
So they had to just do their best.
Well, get a camera. It's not that hard.
So another thing I have is it would be easier to find Buffalo Bill because he would definitely have a very active social media. He would.
He'd be like me. Would you like me? I'd like me.
Yeah. Follow me. Yeah. Follow your dreams, but also me.
Like for like.
Yeah, he would have like he would have a lot of his fashion online. He would probably have a lot of different outfits. He would do the
TikTok trends.
Yeah, but he would do a tuck dance the whole time.
You think he'd do the ice bucket challenge?
He would get kicked off of TikTok for being inappropriate.
It'd be the ice tucket challenge. For ALS awareness.
Yeah, so I think he would be easier to find just because they would like check out his social media and they'd be like, oh, he posted in front of this like random store that's only in this one town.
Yeah, that's true.
And lastly, it would be a lot easier to discover Hannibal's lies because all you'd have to do is a quick search on your phone because he keeps giving them fake names. You just do a quick search. You'd be like, "That's not it. Lewis Friend isn't a person. What are you trying to tell us?"
I'm sure there's people named Lewis Friend.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
I'm sure there is, but
well, I think it would be easier to stop him from fucking with you.
You would out him out pretty quickly, but what else you got for 2026?
That was it.
I got so if this was made in 2026, they would never show us the killer's face until the end. That's more of a trend now. They kind of hide the murderer's face. You'll see the person getting kidnapped. You see them being tortured. But it always never shows their face. And then it might not even show their face at the end. But in this movie, Buffalo Bill is an actual character.
Yeah, but we have to see him because he's strange. Like he puts on that woman's scalp and dances around with it.
But they could have done that without showing the killer's face too. Because I noticed that in today's like serial killer movies, they don't show you the killer's face until the end. And it keeps that mystery. But now,
it adds to the horror though because he's a real character.
We see his face. The first time we see his face is when he pulls up in that van. Yeah, and I was shocked. I was like, oh, like they really just showed his face. I'm like, oh, okay. Also, this movie would be way longer. It'd be at least 2.5 hours.
Oh, I was gonna say that it would be much longer.
And then now I'm thinking, it's 2026. We have different actors. So let's say they make this movie. Who plays Clarice? Who plays Buffalo Bill? And who plays Hannibal?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
That's fine. So for Hannibal, the first person that came to mind was Jake Gyllenhaal because of Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he could do a really good Hannibal.
Because of his posture in Nightcrawler, it's very similar to Lecter's posture in The Cell. I just picture Jake Gyllenhaal in that blue suit behind the glass.
You know who else? Maybe Jared Leto.
No. He ruined the Joker. No.
It would be a different version of Hannibal, but I think he could do it.
Here's how I know Jake Gyllenhaal would be good. If you took Nightcrawler's Jake Gyllenhaal and put white face paint on him, he's the Joker. Like that. Because he's terrifying. And he's calm, but he says really scary shit to you while being calm. Who plays Buffalo Bill? Who do you think?
Ryan Gosling is the only person I can think of.
Really? He's too pretty.
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot.
Ryan Gosling and Starling. That's funny.
I don't know.
Two birds.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would say Buffalo Bill. You know, I would do Matthew McConaughey.
He's also pretty.
Yeah, but he's played scary before. So in True Detective, he was kind of dark.
Yeah, he's pretty gross in True Detective when he's an alcoholic.
Killer Joe, he's terrifying in that. So I think he'd be good as Buffalo Bill. He doesn't look too old, and he's got a long hair that he could kind of cover up some of his face to hide the age. But who plays Clarice? And don't say Sydney Sweeney.
No, Sydney Sweeney couldn't play this role. I was honestly thinking maybe like Sadie Sink.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, she's very small and just very reserved looking.
And she's also very pretty. Like she could probably, but it's more of a like down, like a downplayed pretty. She could probably do it.
I think I'm not a huge fan of hers, but I think she would do well because she comes off as, she could come off as bitchy and strong, but also very small. And she did a really good job in that movie that we just watched, based on the true kidnapper guy. But it's Anna Kendrick. I think she'd be all right as Starling.
Oh, okay. She's a little bit old to be Starling.
What was the name
now.
of that movie?
Woman of the Hour?
Yeah, Woman of the Hour. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
She was tough in that movie, but she was also you could tell she was vulnerable. So she gives me a little bit of Starling vibes.
Yeah, she could, but I think she's a little bit too old to play a student now.
You just put some makeup.
She's in her mid-30s.
So, can you watch this with your parents?
It depends on the parents. It would be pretty uncomfortable because of, I think Buffalo Bill is a very sexual character.
Well, I said yes. Everything is good except the tuck dance. Super awkward.
The tuck dance. He also sews naked, and when he's touching his nipples, he's very sexual.
Well, the whole sequence is touching nipples and tuck dance. So
yeah, so that just the Buffalo Bill character makes it a little awkward.
Yeah, little awkward, very awkward.
Yeah.
Favorite and least favorite supporting character. Who you got?
So for favorite, I actually chose Ardelia Mapp, who is Clarice's BFF.
Oh, okay.
At school.
That's a deep cut. Okay.
Yeah, I chose her because she's a good friend. When she hears that Hannibal had escaped, it shows her sprinting across campus to warn Clarice.
Yeah.
And she also is the one who brainstorms with her when she makes the breakthrough about the fact that he covets, so he must know the girl in real life. He must be a local.
Oh, yeah.
So she actually helps solve the case, and she's cheering her on. And it just adds to that sisterhood and camaraderie of these two women being at the school that's so heavily men. So I like that she has that ally.
First girl taken, third body found. Why?
Well, she didn't drift. He weighted her down.
What did Lecter say about the first principles?
Simplicity.
What does this guy do? He covets. How do we first start to covet?
We covet what we see.
Every day.
God damn, Clarice.
You knew it.
Nice. I have a controversial pick, and you're going to judge me for it, but my favorite supporting character, and I put supporting in quotations because it's Hannibal. He's on the screen for less than 25 minutes.
Yeah, babe. Draco Malfoy is in each of the Harry Potter movies for less than 5 minutes.
All right, fine.
That's a supporting character.
All right.
Hannibal is a main character.
Fine, I'll pick somebody else. I'm going to say Dr. Children.
As your favorite?
Supporting, yeah. Everyone else.
Sucks.
There's not that many supporting characters.
All
Jack
right.
Crawford. It's got to be Chilton. Chilton, you know what he's about. He's trying to get ahead. He's a bit of a scumbag, and he's a dick to Hannibal Lecter, and he's a really good character. He's a very good character.
He's a good character, but I don't like him.
You don't have to like him. He's a good supporting character. I can't pick Hannibal because you won't let me. But least favorite is going to be Jack Crawford. I fucking hate this guy.
Same.
Yeah. Scott Glenn's character, first of all, he's terrible at his job. This guy rolls the dice with her life, basically, and her career, making up a phony offer to Lecter to help the FBI catch Buffalo Bill. And then when it falls through, he's just like, I had to roll the dice. Like, oh well.
Yeah, aw shucks.
Like, yeah.
Like, you could have actually called the senator.
In the book, they're both kicked off the case.
They're kicked off the case in the movie too.
Yeah, but in the book, it's like they have a court hearing and everything. It's really serious. And then Lecter roasts them about it. Who's your least favorite? You said
I picked him as well,
Yeah?
but it's because he railroads Clarice a few times in the scene or in the movie. He doesn't tell her
yeah,
that she's going to Hannibal to find out about the Buffalo Bill case.
yeah,
He lets her wait outside when they arrive at the coroner, basically agreeing with the other police officer that they shouldn't speak about this in front of a woman.
yeah.
And he notes later, he's like, that really burned you, eh? And she's like, yeah, because you're showing everybody that they should just dismiss me as a woman. And he is on his way to apprehend Buffalo Bill in Illinois, and he doesn't even tell her. She finds out because she calls
Yeah, I
him
know.
about her breaking the case.
Yeah, it's
He basically gives her a pat on the back, and he's like, we would have gotten here without you. And she like almost cries because she's like, you just completely are boxing me out.
thank you. He's really bad at his job.
Well, not only that, but he railroads her over and over again. He
Yeah.
doesn't give her due.
Yeah.
I don't like him. Fuck that guy.
And then at the end, he's like, "Your father would be really proud of you." It's like, bro, you did nothing.
No, at the end
This was all me.
At the end he's like, "Congrats, but I don't want to be here." He sucks.
Yeah, he does suck. Thank you. I appreciate your opinion on that.
I hate that guy.
Fuck Jack Crawford.
Yeah, agreed.
Cultural impact.
So this movie really put true crime and serial killers on the map as entertainment.
Yeah, that's true.
Because before this, that wasn't really that much of a thing. We wouldn't have all the crime thriller shows and movies today if it weren't for Silence of the Lambs. Like stuff like Mindhunter, Criminal Minds, and Seven would not exist without this movie. This movie paved the way, but it also has aged well.
It's aged well, and
Yeah.
it did start the modern crime thriller.
Yeah, and as you said before, it's the first horror film to win the Big Five: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Screenplay. So
Crazy.
it legitimized psychological thrillers as high art,
Yeah.
as opposed to just popcorn movies.
I love it because of the spoofs and the memes. So many Buffalo
so
Bill
many,
memes.
yeah.
And my favorite is still the Bath and Body Works one. When your girl's at Bath and Body Works and she's taking too long, put the fucking lotion in the basket. Fucking amazing.
I said that similar thing about the Speed podcast, but in the Speed podcast, but there's a South Park episode
Yeah.
that parodies this movie that's so good. So the boys TP a house, and the cop in the town goes to talk to a kid at juvie who was like a professional TPer.
Okay.
And he's Hannibal.
Okay.
He's like, the boys are most likely 8 to 12 years old and probably virgins. It's so good.
8 to 12? Yeah, they better be virgins.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, soundtrack. What are you saying?
So the soundtrack of this movie, it feels emotional. It feels like it emotionally takes us on the journey with Clarice. It's a little bit spooky.
Yep.
It's mournful.
Yeah, I find it eerie and like it gives you the detective vibes.
Yeah, it has like that detective noir feel.
Yeah.
And the movie, it is a little bit gloomy. Like there's not a lot of sunshine in this movie, and it kind of goes with the soundtrack of being a little bit gloomy. Like
Yeah.
it feels like the fall.
Yeah, I find it sucks you in right into the movie, especially when Clarice is running in the opening credits.
Yeah.
And the theme is playing, and it's scary, but it's also like, ooh, you know, where are we going with this? It's like really like such a good opening. And I think it wins the all-time winner for a song you can't play anymore. Goodbye Horses. You cannot play that anywhere without someone in the room mimicking
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill's tuck dance. Like they probably won't tuck their shit in and dance, but they'll do his moves too with a little like scarf or shawl on their shoulders. Goodbye horses.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs that have been tied to movies, but this
Yeah.
one is
I
probably
think this one eliminated plays for that song.
it ruined the song
Yeah,
because because the
I
scene
don't think
is so
anybody's
freaky.
playing that at a bar or at a party. Can you imagine that at a birthday party? Just no.
I mean, if they'd never seen the movie, maybe they wouldn't be as disturbed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty messed up.
So who gets a spinoff?
So I mean, it's been done, but I want a Hannibal spinoff. He's such an interesting character. I want a prequel of him working as a therapist.
Yeah.
And evolving into this hyper intelligent, violent, extremely dangerous murderer. He's so dangerous, he's not allowed to be around other people. He can't be around a nurse without mutilating them.
Yeah.
But he used to just be a member of society.
Yeah.
I want to see him as a normal person before this all happened.
They had Red Dragon, which was a prequel, but that was also, he was already captured. And then they had the show Hannibal, which was amazing with Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, it's the show because he is the therapist in the show. But I want even more inspection of him as a character. Like I want it based on him. The Hannibal show was not based on him.
Well, there was a book called Hannibal Rising, and they made a movie of it, and it was really bad. It was him like with his sister. I think they're from Lithuania, and all the stuff that happens to him and why he becomes the way he is. But yeah, I got Buffalo Bill prequel. I want to see a 10-episode special, like miniseries on Buffalo Bill before he gets his first kill or right after he gets his first kill, because that character, there's so much I want to know about him. Like,
It would be sad though.
There's more it
would show him struggling.
I didn't say it would be fun. I want to know more about him. There's more in the book. Like the reason his name isn't James, it's James, because in the book, it says his mom just forgot to put the S. So he's James Gum. Like, you're going to become a serial killer with that name. James?
It would be sad, though, because he struggles with mental health and sexual identity. Because Lecter says he probably got rejected for sexual reassignment because he doesn't even know what he is. He's just self-loathing.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't mean it wouldn't make a good prequel show.
Yeah, but it would be sad because you'd have to see him struggle and then subsequently become violent because of it.
Double feature. What do you got?
So Red Dragon, obviously.
Oh, really?
It's so good.
So I zigged on this one instead of zagging. I said Alive. The cannibalism.
Oh, you're fucked.
Cannibalism double feature.
I do have something else also besides Red Dragon. I felt like a girl with the dragon tattoo would go with this.
Yeah, it would. It's a very similar vibe.
Yeah, it's another crime drama,
thriller,
but it's like a different flavor. It's like the winter. It's
yeah.
the winter version. This is the fall version.
That's true, but
your cannibalism one
I'm
is.
I'm going with Alive. It's cannibalism double feature.
That's fucking dark.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when I thought of it, I'm like, you know what? Imagine if Hannibal Lecter was on that plane in Alive. I mean, that's based on a real event.
He'd be living for it.
No, but imagine he was there. He would this guy would he would marinate some shit for these guys. Like, he would be cutting up people's ass cheeks and like frying them and like fucking sauteing them. And those guys, they'd probably be like, it's not a big deal if we don't get saved anytime soon. This guy's cooking up a storm. You know, just don't eat my sister.
Ew.
I'm just saying. They were eating ass cheeks in that movie.
Were they?
Yeah. In real life. IRL guy.
That seems like the last thing you'd want to eat because of the... Okay, let's move on.
What are you gonna eat? What was the first thing?
I'm trying to think what would be the cleanest part of the body. I don't even know.
I mean, you could have some thigh.
The boobs, maybe.
Some thigh, maybe. It's all muscle. It's all protein.
Boobs.
Boobs don't have any protein. It's just fucking Jello.
I don't want to think about it. It'd be so gross. Like, everything would smell like BO. I don't want to get into it.
Hey, you gotta eat or you die. Okay, so this is a new segment that we thought of. It's called Laughing at a Funeral, and basically it's parts of the movie that make you laugh, but you probably shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, they're not funny, but we're sick.
No, they are funny, but you shouldn't be laughing, but it's still funny. So what do you got? I mean, did you want to go first?
Yeah, so I obviously have, was she a great big fat person? Because that's like an inside joke in our house. Like, we always say that and like make jokes about it because it's so awkward the way he says it.
Yeah. So like when you were pregnant, I just imagine I gave the scenario where you're pregnant and you're working and then all of a sudden you go on mat leave, right? And they go, oh, what happened to her? What happened to her? She's not here anymore. And then who are you talking about? Was she a great big fat person? It's like, yeah, she was pregnant. Oh, okay. So yeah, I got I can smell your cunt. That part is Every time I watch it, I cannot stop laughing. I can't.
I don't find that part funny. I find that part really fucked.
He's like crawling up on the bars, following her, and then he kind of hisses it at her. Say, are you about a size 14? Obviously, put the lotion in the basket and the tuck dance. I can't stop laughing at the tuck dance. It's so. Do you know he had to take a couple shots of tequila before he did that, or was it whiskey? Anyway,
he improvised that.
Yeah, but
that's not even in the script.
Yeah, but the tuck dance is in the book. It's in the book.
I read that he improvised that. And
I don't know which part he improvised.
And the filmmakers loved it so much that they kept it in.
I don't know, but they're probably like...
He was already doing a dance naked, but he wasn't supposed to tuck his penis in.
Oh, that was improvised. Oh,
that was improvised.
Well, it was very clever and disturbing.
Yeah.
But he had to take a shot of alcohol before he did that to loosen up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's naked. He's not even wearing underwear. Like, he's naked.
Fucking Ted Levine. Such a fucking iconic actor.
Yeah. I also have when Buffalo Bill's monotone screaming at Catherine while she's in the pit. She starts screaming and he goes,
that's fucked. That's really because he's mocking her cries.
Is he mocking her or is he trying to like
what?
Is he like trying to release nervous energy because he feels fucking weird about it?
I think he's mocking her. This is gonna sound weird, but sometimes our kids, they just cry over nothing. Like, I don't want to eat that. They make the Stallone face, you know? And then I just go, like, you know, because you're just mocking them because it's crocodile tears. It's not real.
Yeah, it doesn't work with the baby, obviously, but our toddler, like, if you do it to him, sometimes he realizes he's being ridiculous and he stops.
Yeah.
But I do like to tease the baby. If I put her down and she starts screaming, I go, oh my God, I almost fucking died. It almost fucking killed me.
But yeah, I honestly laughing at a funeral. This section, I put your brother here again, laughing at the brutal baton killing.
Just thinking
like,
of
bro,
my older
what the
brother.
fuck are you laughing at? Why are you laughing so hard? Also, the cop when he right before he gets hit with the baton, this is so funny.
Yeah, he screams because he knows he's about to
get
murdered.
But he's just like, maybe it's the acting. I can't take it seriously.
It's good acting, but it is like it's kind of
over
ridiculous.
the top. It's over the top.
Yeah,
it's over the top. Okay, lazy Sunday vibes.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I said yes. Honestly, eating a nice breakfast while this movie starts with the opening sequence
with some rare meat with that breakfast, just juices running.
No. What do you think I am, sicko? No. Just some eggs, some home fries, and then by the time you take your first sip of your coffee, the opening credits finish. Oh, this movie slaps so hard.
Yeah, I said for me it's a lazy Sunday as well. It has that familiarity for me, and it's also one of those movies where each scene is so good that you could watch them on their own.
Yeah.
So if you have to run out on a Sunday or whatever, if you just watch the first scene with Clarice and Hannibal, you're good. Or the scene with Hannibal in the Memphis cage inside the courthouse, or where she finds Buffalo Bill. You can just watch
basically
that one scene.
Any scene is literally.
There's so many scenes that stand for themselves in this movie that you can watch it passively and just focus on a scene or two, and then you can leave without finishing it. And because it has that familiarity, it feels like a lazy Sunday movie to me.
Yeah, I didn't think you would say yes to this as Lazy Sunday, but...
It's because it's so familiar.
Yeah. Okay, movie Alias.
I have Clarice.
The movie's called Clarice?
It's just called Clarice.
Okay.
Hannibal the Cannibal. But that wouldn't really make sense because it's not about him.
Yeah, that's true.
The case they're solving is about him. I just like the rhyming of Hannibal the Cannibal. And then The Skinner.
Skinner's not bad.
Yeah.
Skinner! I've got Buffalo Bill.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Because it's about him killing people. Quid Pro Quo.
Oh.
I mean, that one's kind of weird. I don't think people are gonna go see it. The Screaming of the Lambs instead of The Silence of the Lambs, because that's what scares her. She hears the screaming. And then I just thought of a funny one. Live or laugh, love. You know,
Oh my god.
just for the lulls.
That's so ridiculous.
Okay, shower thoughts. I have a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So go ahead if you want to go first.
So the famous line, "Hello, Clarice." Anthony Hopkins never actually says that in the movie.
No.
The line is "Good evening, Clarice," but it's been bastardized.
It's in the book. Hello, Clarice is in the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because like
why.
everybody quotes that, like that never happens.
Yeah. In the movie, it's "Good evening, Clarice."
Yeah, that's what it is. Which is honestly better, I think.
So this movie, the first time you see Lecter in a movie on screen was the movie Manhunter in 1986. It's based on Red Dragon, and Lecter was played by Brian Cox. It was directed by Michael Mann, and it was remade later with Anthony Hopkins and Edward Norton and Ralph Fiennes. But fun fact, when Brian Cox was playing Hannibal Lecter in Manhunter, Anthony Hopkins was performing as King Lear on stage. And then when Anthony Hopkins was playing Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs, Brian Cox was performing as King Lear on stage.
Oh, how weird.
Yeah.
They're like
just a fun
counterparts.
little- yeah, exactly.
Hannibal calls Clarice clever girl. Just like Muldoon in
just
Jurassic
I
Park
noticed
with
that,
the raptors.
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
George Costanza's boss, Kruger, is on the SWAT team.
Yeah, he is.
Whatever. He's like, that mole looks the same as it did 10 years ago when I took that photo.
So it's probably fine.
Whatever.
So why does Hannibal say the toughen your nipples line to Senator Martin and gamble his deal? Are you stupid?
I mean,
Does he not care about the deal? He says he wants a view and you're fucking talking about her nipples?
He's a manipulator. This senator is desperate and he knows he has information. He knows who Buffalo Bill is, but he won't give it up. He tells them everything about him, his description.
Yeah, why is he
except his
so
name.
annoying about them? Just tell them for fuck's sake. What's your
Because-
problem?
Well, he said to Clarice, he's like, I've been waiting. How long can you wait? You know, he's been in the cell for 8 years.
Well, it's fucking annoying. Like, I get it. You don't want to really cooperate with law enforcement. You're in jail. But, like, fuck you. You know who he is. And there's a manhunt. And there's a woman's life in the balance.
Yeah, well,
Be a person about it. Be a human.
he's a psycho killer. Pure psychopath.
I know, but there's been other cases where psychos have helped solve cases. And this guy just
I don't
won't
know if
fucking
they're
help.
pure psychopath.
He's the worst.
I imagine these characters in different movies. So I was like, what's the most ridiculous situation you could find these characters in? So Buffalo Bill in The Devil Wears Prada. James Gumb finally gets that career in fashion he's been dreaming of, but he has to answer to Miranda Priestley. So he's trying to like present his natural fiber collection, and Miranda's unimpressed, so she calls the fashion police.
Oh my God.
Hannibal Lecter's in Mean Girls. So he
Regina George just dummies him. She just destroys his self-esteem.
so he's a new transfer student from Lithuania, and he's immediately recruited by the Plastics. But Regina George tries to bully him, but Hannibal begins psychologically dismantling her entire social hierarchy of the whole high school by lunchtime.
That works.
Clarice, being in Legally Blonde, to go further undercover, she transfers from the FBI Academy to Harvard to join Elwood's inner circle. Clarice trying to explain psychological profile of a serial killer, while Paulette tries to teach her the bend and snap.
That's pretty good. It's pretty unbelievable that Hannibal put someone else's face on top of his face and no one noticed. There's a cop that gets
Yeah.
like nose to nose with him.
Yeah, so
How
when
do you
they
not
show
notice that shit?
when they show the first time I watched it, I was blown away.
2 officers down.
Clear.
Lecter's gone, Sarge. Prisoner's missing.
Boyle's gun is gone, Sergeant.
Repeat, Lecter's missing and armed. He stripped the bed. Might be making a rope check all windows. Where the fuck is my ambulance?
He's alive. Sergeant Tate, he's alive.
Get a hold of him where you can feel his hands, son. Talk to him.
What do I say?
It's Jim Perry. Now talk to him, damn it.
But then the second time you watch it, it's painfully obvious that that's Anthony Hopkins' face, and he's laying down in a police uniform.
None of the EMTs notice.
Yeah.
They put an oxygen mask on him, and you don't notice that he has a face over his face.
Yeah.
That's a pretty unbelievable.
But the first time you watch it, you don't know that that's him unless you are guessing, but you honestly, nobody knew.
That's true. Funny
little detail about that. So when Clarice goes to meet Hannibal the first time, Dr. Chilton tells Clarice, what he did to that nurse, he bit her face off.
Yeah.
And his pulse never got above 85. When later in the ambulance, when he's escaping and he's wearing that cop's face, the paramedic is reporting his pulse at 84 right before he gets up and kills him.
Oh, shit.
Like, this guy is calm and he's collected and he can control everything about himself.
He doesn't get excited when he's doing it.
Exactly. It's freaky.
So the last thing I have is the inspiration for Buffalo Bill.
Okay.
He is a composite character based on 3 real-life serial killers.
Okay.
Ed Gein for the skinning of the victims, Ted Bundy for using a cast to lure victims, and Gary Heidnik for holding victims in a basement pit. So he's a combination of those 3 serial killers because of the tactics and murder he uses.
That's friggin' crazy.
Yeah. So he is based on 3 real people.
So one last thing from me, and I noticed this only this time watching it recently, and I've seen this movie more than a dozen times. When Clarice is doing her FBI training, what mistake does she make? Do you remember?
She doesn't check the corner.
Right. So she forgets to check the corners. When she enters Buffalo Bill's house, there's a large painting of a butterfly in the corner.
Right behind her.
And the camera pans to it, but she doesn't check her corner. So had she checked that, she would have had way more time to react. But she eventually clues in, and she sees the moths flying around.
She sees the threads for the clothing.
And then she puts 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
But had she saw the butterfly painting, she would have reacted way sooner. Also, she goes into the basement, and she's again not checking her corners.
I did notice that she doesn't really check her corners. I will just say though that the whole basement scene and her catching the killer, it's so satisfying because when she calls Jack, she's really bummed out that they're going to apprehend Buffalo Bill without her after she's done all this work. So she is the one that gets to apprehend him, and that is like such a girl power moment. Like, even though it's scary, she's alone. She needs to, rely on her instincts and go through this house and catch him.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we wanted. We wanted to see Clarice get him. This is her case.
What movie does multiple MIGs transfer to? Like, if he had to be in another movie universe.
I don't know, hopefully Saw and he gets destroyed.
Okay, I'm thinking like maybe he's like a Marvel movie, and his power is to just throw jizz at people.
Ew, that's not a power. That's an assault.
Also, what kind of how do you think they made that? Like
the semen,
the fake semen. Yeah,
I think it's lotion because it looks so real.
It looks real, but also like, how many tests did they do? You know what I mean?
I think it's lotion.
That guy has some fucking aim. Like, he threw that at her from like 6 feet away. Because if you watch the clip again, she's on the other side of the hall. She's walking up against the walls, and he just chucks it and just smokes her right in the face.
I bit my wrist so I could die. Look at the blood! Gotcha! Mate! You stupid fuck!
After the "I can smell your cunt," why would she linger outside his cage? Walk past quickly with your head down. He's a creep.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just that line is ridiculous.
And I hope, like, after that semen got thrown on her, I hope she went to the bathroom and just did, like, like a doctor level desanitizing because she goes outside and touches her face after.
Yeah. Do you think that guy got typecast?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't even know what else he's in.
Also, what did Lecter say to him that made him kill himself? And by the way, you can't swallow your tongue. You know, we looked that up.
Yeah, he psychologically dressed him down to the point where he couldn't live. I don't know.
Maybe he just kept talking and because like this guy won't shut the fuck up.
He obviously said some things that really disturbed him, but
yeah. Can we just talk about Ted Levine for a second? This guy needs to get his flowers. Buffalo Bills actor. Okay, so the next time I saw him was Shutter Island. He's the warden of the hospital, which is a really cool nod because he plays a mentally ill person in this serial killer, and he's the warden. Do you remember him as the warden?
No, I didn't even know that was the same guy.
Yeah, he's the warden in that. He's in Heat. He's one of the police. I think he's the police captain. Because I didn't realize it was him until I heard his deep voice. He's like, okay, so Robert comes out of the truck, bang, 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 with his deep voice. And then also, he's uncredited, but he's in the movie Joyride. He plays the trucker, Rusty Nail.
Yeah.
And I was watching the movie years later. Like, that's a great movie. We should review that. But
yeah, we will.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, that's fucking Ted Levine's voice. That's Buffalo Bill. And then you watch the credits and doesn't say it. There's no, and then I looked it up. I had to do a deep dive, and it says that he played Rusty Nail and he was not he unaccredited. He did not want the credit. So they kept it. I guess they wanted to keep it more mysterious, but if you know his voice, it's unmistakable.
It is obviously Candy Cane.
Yeah, Candy Cane. This is Rusty Nail. Anybody seen Candy Cane? So good. She great big fat person.
Is it?
Is Candy Cane about a size 14?
Candy Cane's a dude, my guy. So does this movie hit different as a parent?
It hits different as a parent a little bit. Not that much.
Oh, I have it. It heavily did for me.
Yeah, for me, it didn't really hit different as a parent this time because, yes, there's a girl. She gets kidnapped. They show a dead body on the slab, basically, and they're investigating a couple of dead bodies. I don't know. This movie, it's in my brain now. It's complete fiction. I cannot connect it with reality at all. Even though it's such a great movie and a lot of the details are based on, real people and real crimes, and these things happen, but for some reason, it's just complete fiction in my brain. I can't, maybe it's a mental block but I think it's just the people eating people and stuff. It's just.
Well, it got me in the gut a couple times. When Senator Ruth Martin is begging for her daughter's life, it shows pictures of her as a girl and baby.
Yeah.
And that effed me up, especially as someone with a baby girl.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't affect me this time.
It showed her as a baby, and I was like, oh, no, I can't handle that. And then also when Catherine is crying for her mom in the pit, she's like, I want my mommy. I was like, nope, my mom instinct kicked in. I just wanted to hug her and get her out of that pit. That's
toughened your nipples, didn't it?
That's somebody's baby. Yeah, that also was fucked. That's somebody's baby that got kidnapped. That's horrible. And then also Clarice recalling her childhood. She lived with her single father and loved him so much, and then he dies on duty. It's a really sad backstory.
That part got me a bit because when she imagines running to her dad after Miggs throws the jizz at her.
Yeah, and then she sobs by her car.
She sobs by her car because she remembers her dad coming home from work and she just kind of sneaking up on him. Daddy, did you get any bad guys today?
But I don't like that she says the rancher sent her to an orphanage after the lamb incident.
Yeah.
Because he was angry.
Yeah.
That was her cousin that she was living with after her father passed away. And she acted out once and he sent her to a fucking orphanage. That's a little bit of an overreaction, I'd say.
Yeah.
She calls him a decent man when Hannibal asks if he sodomized her. Like, that's not a decent man.
Decent as in, like, he didn't sexually assault her. He could have been a dick.
If I trusted my child with a relative and that relative sent my child to an orphanage after I died, I would haunt that motherfucker.
Yeah. You become Bathsheba?
Literally. I would ruin their afterlife.
Bathsheba!
I would go to their little lamb farm and every lamb would be like speaking their name, whispering every time. Yeah, I would fuck their life up.
It would be the movie The Witch.
Straight up.
The goat.
Don't send my kid to an orphanage, you piece of shit. You got trusted with my kid, you sent her to an orphanage? No. Not okay. Don't send my kid to an orphanage. I'll kill you.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
All right, Dada. I actually have a rating system for this time.
Shoot.
How many lotions in the basket do you give this movie?
I give this movie 9 lotions in the basket.
I give this movie 8 lotions in the basket out of 10.
8? Wow.
8.
Okay.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
Yeah, I think this movie's great. Again, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
The one thing I wish it was longer because pause. But it's 2 hours, but there's so much more story that's missing, and it's a real shame that the sequel Hannibal was kind of weak. But the prequel with Edward Norton and Anthony Hopkins,
Red Dragon's good.
Red Dragon is I think it's very good and very well done. So yeah, there is that. There's you have 2 movies that are decent in a sequel in the series.
Yeah. Well, Edward Norton's a great performer too. Like, he's kind of an effed up person, but he's a really good actor.
Manhunter's really good too, because it's Red Dragon, but they call it Manhunter. It's actually a very well done movie. It's by Michael Mann. Michael Mann did Heat and Collateral. So
Collateral's a good movie.
Okay, so that was episode 8 of the Take 2 Pod. Thank you for listening. Please follow us on Instagram and Spotify.
Or Apple Podcasts.
Rate us 5 stars, and please tune in. Tell your friends. We got a lot of great movies to review.
Yeah, and if you ever really want to see us do or hear us do a specific movie, leave a comment on our podcast or Instagram, and if it's worth it, we'll do it.
Wow. Let us know if you want a specific movie reviewed. We will do it. And don't forget to put the lotion on the skin, or else you get the hose again. Okay? Put the fucking lotion in the basket.